I fucked up. I might have done the fucky wucky. Yes, I did. I attached you to my launcher. That's just silly. I have no idea what you've just seen there, but feck it. Ah, you seen the news page, okay. Am I making noise? I'm making noise, that's fine. I'll put you there so I can see if my mic's muted. And I can see chat. Let's go. Hello everybody. My choices were fall asleep all night or stream. So I'll choose stream for once. Let's do the tweeter. Let's see. Live. Twitch.tv B-E-B-O-B underscore Mick. Cause that's me. Might as well go tell the usual suspects as well. Beef badge. I be live if ye be well bored. I was literally just saying I'm gonna go say to the usual suspects, i.e. you and Badge, but then you appeared before I even finished typing. Hiya Beef. Let's get the warm-ups over and done with. Oh, fuck, you know, speaking of warm-ups, I'm warm. I'm putting my fucking tap off. God, I hope that fan doesn't eat. Oh, spoopy bitch! Oh, I hope that fan isn't getting picked up with the mic, because it's heavenly! Right, let's do a quick levelling roulette with a warm up. Any fates on the go? Fuck it. Fuck this dragonfly in particular. Smash and cheers, buddy. You doing alright? So many times I've done that. Nope, that's not the right one. That's the one. There we go. Alright. I should be able to. Yes, I can. Wunderbar. Sure. Ah shit, sorry to hear that, man. I've been feeling kinda rough myself, but no to the point I've done that yet. You kinda like pep talk or anything? Give me some of that tasty pink juice. I'm gonna go do that. Yeah, it's not nice, is it? At one point, that was an everyday occurrence for me. And people wonder why I'm fucked up. Oh, fucking hell. Jump scared by a bloody Alexandrian mount. I don't know what you want me to do, but I'll do it. Bird, go kill things, okay. The benefits of having your chocobo set to healer, pretty much just dead without paying attention. Well, that must have been difficult for you. Fucking hell. Just slide your false, is it? Oops. Yeah, man, at least you didn't need to fucking catch them mid-air. Have them shattered all over the ground. Unless you've got anything, you'd have to pay for new ones, wouldn't you? Take my bloody charge, please. Guys? Hello? Ah, one wee prick hiding. Well, I suppose he's a logger, so he was doing the logging. Hey. 5k experience, oofed. That's not great, is it? If I get to pass the time while I wait on my random dungeon. I'm well aware that I'm at the point of the story where I have to do a dungeon. But I'm doing the random just for the experience. Because I can. Because while I'm up this neck of the woods, my class is just there. And if I get like that bit of a level, I can go do the next part of my Dragoon quest. And find out what's going on with the other Dragoon! I don't actually need to be up here though, so fuck. I guess that was on me for coming up this way. Which means to the sold gosser. One other creepy snowman friend will appear today. There. Yes, I believe I will. Barstow. Sure. Oofed. Aww. Nearly. Nearly got some good stuff. Nearly's not quite good enough, but nearly's nearly. Am I wearing the best gear I can be? Yes, I am. not going to buy a jumbo jackpot ticket because the last time I bought a jumbo jackpot ticket, I forgot about it and it expired, so it's not very good, is it? I just get home, you bugger. I suppose I better start setting up my retainers as well. I didn't bother setting them up, like, at all. I literally just got them sort of extended storage. Click it. Thank you. What have we got? Sestasha? Or is it Titan again? Ah, it's Brave Fox. Okay. I've got a sage and a black mage. And a warrior! I don't have an AoE yet. Black mage, the AoE's on you, bruh. Say, does a black mage even have AoE at this point? But yes, I haven't seen the blizzard. I kind of want to work out how to do that, you know, the black mage rotation where you do like, it's mostly focused on the blizzard spells, so you're not jumbling mana. It's like, you just do loads of blizzard and then, what is it, whatever it is, the flare or whatever, to do your damage. Brave Fox wasn't an optional dungeon, was it? No, this is story based. That's right. You had to do this so they would teach you how to fight Titan. Because the Desmond Darkhold is one I'm thinking of that I've got that's like higher level than anything else. I like that at this level the black mages seem to know about the bloody AoE. It's like, tiny spell, boom! What level do I need to be for Doomspike? 40. This is just too low level a dungeon then. When did I get the second part of that? 62. Disney wanted to use a sooner by the looks of it. Yeah, treasure chest. Yep. Unique Thaumaturge's ring. Don't think I've ever seen that before. With blunt resist. That's very strange. go, Stinky Mage Pants, you can do it. I believe you. This poor Black Mage is basically going to be carrying this dungeon. I should have come in as the caster for the dungeons. Just so I'd have an AoE at this point, you know. It's like a Tri-Disaster on the Summoner. I know I just made his job harder. I don't care. Job's a good one. And a pointy hat. Mud puppy. Can't wait to actually get into Ishgard, because as soon as I can do that, I can unlock my Dark Knight, and then I'll just have stuff to do, because I could then just get through the story as the Dark Knight. You know what I mean? I don't mind it so much now that it's been changed. I quite like it. Alright, I'm knowing its path. That's right. Just there's no skipping trash anymore, you know what I mean? You know my feelings on skipping trash. Mallet, apparently. I like how the dragon just comes in and immediately looks at the dragoon. Look, I know it's lore equivalent, but can you go to the tank? Let me in! Let me in! Trousers. Bananas, 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 bananas. Really? You'd rather WoW than Final Fantasy? God, you are ill. I need to remember to put a timestamp on this one. The actual story stuff starts at an hour and something in it. God, which one of them is there? There's two. This was the one you used to have to keep it outside of the poison pills or it kept itself healed, wasn't it? It's just a wee touch easier now. Hurry! Roar, dragon's dead. I will commend it. The Mage of Blackness. Greed. Greed. I can't greed, because I already have. Okay then, goodbye. Right, now I actually have to queue for the stone vigil, so. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? No, that's trials, you fool. This stone vigil. However, I did get a nice lovely level, which means I can also start my Camp Dragon Head nonsense. Well, my Dragoon nonsense, I should say. Hold on, what's the final move? There you go. I'm 25 minutes in and I'm finally starting story stuff. Because why not? Vol'dun Vex, right? I thought you were talking about, like, Vol'dun as in Battle for Azeroth zone in Warcraft. I forgot you had a character called Vol'dun. So, our barrack has been waiting your thing. Impeccable timing. A message arrived from Estinian but moments ago. Much to my astonishment, he would trade words with us and bids us meet him at Boulder Downs. As to his true intentions, I cannot say. Maybe I'll be a trap, but we must go nonetheless. I trust I can count upon your company. Well, I suppose you can. That way. It's not going to matter because by the time I get there, that dungeon's going to pop. But I need something to do. 4 minutes of twiddling my thumb, playing with my bum. What? No, Brian, no. Not everything has to rhyme, you fucking idiot. Ah, my bones! Yeah, no worries, bro. Enjoy yourself. Log. I'm up here now. God dang it. This is a cool zone though. Part of Dalamud or something in it. Somebody wants a square go. I suppose I better desynthesize my stuff while I'm at it. How can I know desynthesize? What's going on? I don't even have a trade skill, that'll be why. Fuck! God damn it. Sweet, delicious, low-level materia. Cool. What did I get? What did I get? What did I get? That's not bad. I know a couple of the... I might as well put this one here because I can't equip the bastard. A couple of the... job quests? Job quests. Like crafting job quests. Specifically ones for making weapons anyway. They want you to hone in a weapon or a piece of armour with 3 bits of materia in it, and you can only use the low level stuff, so there's always somebody wanting to buy materia. Yeah, is that an upgrade? 35? 34? No, it's not, but... I thought I seen a green number there. $37. $34. Dinner! I probably should head back to... I don't even know if Limps will have anything from my level. Is there any vendor up in Dragonhead? Maybe. No, we're not using an Aetheryte ticket for 100 gil. Shut up, Brian. No ticket. To the stern vigil. Jump scare! I hate that one in particular. I should really do a plate? Portrait, that's the word. It's a black mage again. Which means we can play an AoE between the Dark Knight and the Black Mage. I feel so limp at this level. I'm literally... Oh, man, what am I talking about? I've got a fucking AoE. Ah, finally. Look, I know it's not much, but it's something okay. Just being able to do this is a bloody lifesaver. Or, well, a patient saver in any case. This thing's stunnable. Yeah. coming at an angle. Not bad looking axe. Also really need to make that window a bit bigger so I can see what the fuck I'm looking at. But, you know, whatevs. Not doing that up there. I guess we don't have to. Sorry, Black Mage. Going as hard as I can. Are you well there? The poor Black Mage was tanking. It's the whole thing about being a melee in these old places. I feel you don't get to see half of what's going on because you're right up something's soup. To make sure they didn't come back the way. I don't remember this dungeon. I don't think I've done it since it's been changed actually. The time when these changes come in, my lowest character would have been 80. Excluding crafting skills I suppose, but Nice. Oh, hot the fucking bus. Let's read the law, I guess. Kinda looks like one of those you can do that leg pieces with. It's probably what it is. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Wow, we didn't kill a single mob. That's interesting. Pardon me, sorry. See, that's the attitude to have. No rush. I like this dude. He's a good dude. Yeah, I should have said to Dargo actually. What are he's up to? Mapping the stone vigil. It's the Enterprise. Just beyond that, an enormous sleeping dragon. Sleep is nosy time. Dragon is not our concern. We have come for their ship, and only their ship. You and I will sneak on board, prepare it for launch. Dermot, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we need you to provide a distraction until we're ready to depart. You can manage, can't you? Ye. Ye, nah, ye. That settles it, shall we? Ye, nah, ye. Ye, nah. Nah, ye. Ye, nah. Nah, ye, man. Mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. and you're aware of her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests, a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Exile are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievement, I labour to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming of course you live that long. Oh wow. I'll follow the dragon. Confound it all. Later, fucker. Let's see where your blasphemous gift serves you this time, Crystal Bearer. Oh, should be alright. Sorry about that. I wish to poke the smelly sin with my pokey stick. Oopsie. Sorry, dude, you're live to a whole one person. Technically, I don't even think they're there right now, but I appreciate your candor. Gigi. I'm going to accommodate. I'm going to greed. Oh shit. I'm actually going to need those. Oh, dead boots. Yeah, they would have done great. Oh. Lovely jubbly. Hey, double player come. Thanks, guys. That was nice of you. Like it. Lick the crystal. That one tastes like mint. Peppermint, specifically. Meow. I can't be the only one that thinks they would be really tasty to lick. They look like Fox's glacier mints, but gigantic. You alright? Speak to me. So be praised and fear the beast that injured you. You will see why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of an etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thanks. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. Thanks. Quite enough to deal already. Which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let's go see what he has to say. It's fucked. What you say, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, it will not be a pleasant ride. Dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. Tis a pity the Enterprise is no better state. But if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. Following agreement, let's return to Gridania. Though would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye. It is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. This is so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... Nah, it's no use. A voice actor? I am not. Let's go! To say nothing of the fact I just cleared out that place for the Holy See. Not that they would care. Sheddenford. I'll need to teleport back up to do my Double Dragon quest. I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twillswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See its charms. Endless detours aside, a Riscardian jaunt provide quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? What you need? It kills me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I've heard good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take 1 moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert in working on airships, it seems plain to me the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. So no pressure. Given time, I believe we can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, it may not be enough. Confound it. Must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements. But of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm, spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. Seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Dermot, we speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe. They are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected ether, comprising Garuda's barrier, into ether of another aspect, one she can't control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise would be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye, and in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All the rest rests on your ability to procure a crystal with necessary properties. You have any idea where we might acquire one? Goblins? No, but I know a man who might. It's a goblin by the name of Limbentine, who resides in Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Mark's met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marx was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Dermot, you need to return to Vanilla and speak to the scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Okay. But first, Twagoon! That's the wrong quest, dude. Please, thank you. No, someone drank all of my juice. I needed the juice. don't have time for you, silly lizard. I still think I have one of those as a mount on my main. Oh wow. Oh, numph it, numph it, numph it, numph it! Ah! Right. How well? Hello there. Greetings, Master. It has been too long. Estinian, end this folly at once. You must know each second that I passes outside Ishgard's walls brings us closer to a repeat of the tragedy 20 summers past. Surrender yourself and the eye and return with me to Ishgard before it's too late. It's already too late, Master, for you see Nidhogg is already awakened. What? Hear me, Master. You have mistaken the cause of the dragon's return. The eye is not to blame. Premonition came to me by virtue of the dragon within, warning me that the great worm would soon rouse. Even as he slumbered, Nidhogg seethed with an irrepressible rancour for that wound of 20 years ago. The rancour will send him flying as a speeding arrow to Ishgard, whereupon death and devastation will ensue. But there is a possible solution, were the eye taken to remote land far from the Holy See. Then, and only then, could destruction be averted and the lives of innocent Asgardians be spared. You mean to take the bait for yourself? You mean to make bait of yourself? Nay, there's more to this than you let on. You're seeking vengeance for Ferndale. To me, the two are one and the same. You know my past better than anyone else. It was for no other reason than to avenge my family that I became a dragoon. Dragoons long outlive men and do not soon forget the wrongs done them. Dragons long outlive men and do not soon forget the wrongs done them. What grudge they harbour burns as a fire in their hearts, over time swelling into an unquenchable inferno. You need only look back on history to see that Nidhogg grows stronger with each awakening. When last he darkened our skies, the great worm came within a hair's breadth of laying waste to Ishgard. Not short of death would prevent him from completing his mission when next he awakes. Nidhogg took everything from me, and now I shall take everything from him, even if it means my life. The eye works in ways men can ill comprehend, but this much is plain. In choosing two Azure Dragoons in one generation, it means for us to join together in common cause. Adventurer, you have heard my resolution. I ask you lend me your power. Aye, the power of the Dragoon. In the long proud history of Ishgard, never before have two Azure Dragoons arisen in the same era, and fought as one. This is our best, nay, our only chance to send the great worm to eternal slumber. Behold my armour. It's the Draken mail, forged in the lifeblood of dragons. As blood calls to blood, so too does the armour call to dragoon within, to the dragon within, redoubling the wearer's strength thereby. If you would realise your potential as an Azure Dragoon, you must needs clad yourself in the same. Clad so, you will inherit technique passed from Azure Dragoon to Azure Dragoon throughout the generations. Then, and only then, will your training be complete. First, you must win the Draken mail, as I and Sir Alberic did before you, by proving yourself worthy in the ultimate trial of the Azure, a series of battles so harrowing as to send unworthy to an early demise. Master, once adventurer acquires the armour, pray see to it he learns to harness the power of the Dragoon in full. Estinian, wait! No. Save your worries. I do not mean to make myself easy prey for dragons. I take my leave of you. Damn it, why you gotta be so cool, man? Estinian's definitely a character that, like, grew on me, then he lost me for a bit, and then he grew on me again. And then he just kind of stuck there. I was like, ah, I see. this is the kind of character this is. I like this character. He's all battle tactics and everything. When it comes to common sense, he has nothing. And that just... They needed to give him some kind of endearing trait, and that's what they settled on. I'm like, yeah, okay, I like this guy. He's good, but he's dumb. He's wise, but he's stupid. Hello. Estinian. Forgive me, I was deep in thought. Now then, as the quiet armour of which Estinian spoke, at first it's my intention to bequeath my own armour to you. I am an Azure Dragoon no longer, its powers are wasted on me. It would be simple enough to hand it over to you and complete your training right here and now, but as Estinian said, Draken armour is no ordinary set of mail. Its strength arises from the dragon blood whence it came, the blood's power resonating with the soul of the wearer. Though I can no longer draw upon mine own armour's power, its bond to me was forged years ago. Were I bestow it to you now, I fear it would offer but a scintilla of protection that afforded me in those bygone days. Estinian has arrived. You must claim your armour when, as he and I did before you. You must complete the trials of Azure, that the powers of dragon blood be yours and yours alone. The ogre's belly will be your final test begins. I shall dispatch Sir Brusmont there. Seek him upon your arrival. Okay. Where's that? Up there. Okay. Gonna leave he's on idle cam for a wee teeny moment while I go to the bathroom. Slash I cam, not O cam, that's OnlyFans. Sorry, I'll stop. I return. I hope you've been getting interested in cams. Chances are not though, cause it's Ishgard, where you've got snow and Ishgardians, and that's about it. Well, that's a nice fireplace I've got, I suppose. It's not the worst. Anyway, this way. Pew. See, my goal for when I'm off stream will be to get my summoner to the level 50 mark and then just spam all the quests in a stream. But since I'm doing the Dragoon just now, it feels like I really should stick with the Dragoon for the MSQ. Because being a Dragoon in the Heavensward expansion feels good, you know. So I'll stick with Dragoon all the way through Heavensward, and then we go Dark Knight for after that. Bad Taurus, no one wants you. Hey bud. Grown strong since we last met, adventure, but you pale in comparison to your Azure forebears. If you would prove me wrong, let your lance do the talking. Where? Oh. Once again, you prove yourself worthy beyond expectations. Take this, but know your trial has only begun. Your next trial lies in the chamber beyond. So wait, see there. Oh, they just give you them. Okay. Where are we at? I'm level 50 versus 35. Oh, don't mind if I... Yes! And you know the thing is, I've got the recipe to make the thing that I can get these to be augmented, so I could in theory play through Heavensward with the augmented version of the class gear on. I think augmented only really makes it like dyeable, I suppose, but still. You, foreigner, would don the Draken armour, and prove you do not do it dishonour. I find it funny, man. Chocobo is basically tanking for me right now. What did I do to you, fam? So Albrecht said the I had chosen you. And it would appear he speaks true. The armour's yours. Wear it with pride and honour. Your trial is nigh complete, but be forewarned, may be before you have made it this far. Many before you have made it this far to fail at the final challenge. Don't let overconfidence be your downfall. Sorry, I'm not good at the speaky talks. Huh? Are they legit better? No, they're not. Why is it? What? They look like significantly better though. Odd. Not too sure about that, but whatever. The trick is, I know which one looks nicer, and that's what matters. Nope. So you've made it this far. Very well. Prove yourself worthy of the Azure, or die in the effort. Feck off, Taurus. I'm sort of busy here. I see. There we go. You have demonstrated your powers to be beyond a doubt. Aye, there is not an Ishgardian who would gainsay your right to don the armour of dragoons. Shall send word ahead to Celebaric. You have passed your trials here. Tis he who present you with the fourth piece of armour and consummate your training. Go now, my fellow dragoon. Deliver this land from the great worm's wrath. Yeah, okay. So strength 6 versus strength 8. Well, I guess it's obvious these are the better armor, but like, it just doesn't have as much armor on it for some reason, which I guess means nothing in the grand scheme of things. But it's going to teleport back to Dragonhead. Nope. I did not get myself another drink while I was up, because I'm stupid. Sweet, delicious peppers. Oh man, I'm a bunny. I'm not going to be able to wear the helmet. Pooh. I didn't think of that. Hey, if I'd half a brain, it'd be dangerous. Really? That with a weapon? Yeah, not bad. wonder if I should pick up my... That may be a bit too much, but... No, fuck it, I'm going to pick up... I know what I'm going to do. I'm picking up my goddamn relic. Heard from Sir Bruce when you performed most impressively. Yes, I stand more convinced than ever that you will be the one to save our land. Yet be warned, on this trial of Witcher. We face this trial in presence not of knights, but of ghosts. Make your way to the Steel Vigil. Seek out a gravestone north and west of the structure. Take this flute. When you reach your destination, blow a single strong note. A visitor shall soon arrive. Entertain your guest. He should leave behind a present. Return it here to me. Yeah, sure, bud. Where's that? You want me to go? Snow cloak, behemoth's den, stone vigil. Map. Steel vigil. Right, okay. Get me. Yeah, there's there. Once again to the south. I'm going to be lazy. Oops. Now, to be fair, I did do a quest. They gave me increased mount speed in this zone, so I technically don't have to use this anymore, but let's see. I'm anywhere near as fast as I used to be. I'm still slightly slower. I think you still need the riding map to be the max speed. However, imagine how fucking threatening that would be. A bunny man and a giant crab running towards you. Oh, look at my wee legs go. Hi, buddy. Indicates you have seen the visitor. You ought to show for your deeds. A bone and a flute. The skull of Greyling, an old warrior of the Dravonian horde. Said in ages past he could bring down a castle with a single breath. His strength has dwindled since those days, but the dragon passed his prime as a formidable foe nonetheless. In slaying him, he proved himself worthy of this. He now possessed 4 pieces of the armour of Estinian, myself, and our forebears did wear. Will you doubtless wonder about the 5th? I can tell you only that it is not mine to give. Fear not, however. Your triumphs and the trials against the Dragoon of the Horde give evidence that dragon blood now resonates with yours. Yes, you stand before me as prepared for your ultimate challenge as any could be. Yet before we proceed, I would hear it from your own lips. The Great Worm's power is the stuff of legends. If you truly resolve to fight this battle, to risk your own life to deliver a foreign land from the clutches of its ancient foe, when you are certain that your mind is settled, return and speak to me. My mind is settled. I have spoke to you. Yes, Major Knife. Give it to me! As you rejoin your strength, Justinians, the Ishgard might be free from the rage of the Great Worm forevermore. And I shall honour my promise. You shall have full use of your powers by the time we are done. Before we begin, there's something I must needs confess. You will recall the tale of my battle with Needhog 20 years past, and how the power of the dragoon left me on account of the injuries I sustained. What I said was an untruth. The power did not abandon me, Dermot. It was I who abandoned it. Being derived from our mortal enemies, the power of the Azure Dragoon is a double-edged sword. Even as it lends us the strength we need to smite dragons, it heightens our communion with the creatures, rendering our minds more susceptible to the seduction than ordinary men. Even as I buried my lance in Nidhogg's flesh, her gazes locked, my eyes met him with a look that would fair impale a man. In that instant, I found myself assailed by a torrent of emotions not mine own: sorrow, rancour, pity. I threatened to drown the man in me and leave behind a dragon. Fearing that I might turn traitor, I chose to purge myself of the power that the Eye had bestowed upon me. Thus regaining lucidity, I was able to rout the grievously wounded Nidhogg. Alas, careless of his brethren yet remained, as if to mock me. They fell upon Ferndale with a vengeance. Bereft of my power, it's all I could do to save but one child. Many a soul knows of this. Nay, not even Estinian, but I can keep him in the dark no longer. At our last meeting, Estinian said that protecting Ishgard and exacting revenge upon Nidhogg are one to him. That frame of mind, I fear, may well lead to his demise. The desire to protect and the desire to avenge are opposing forces that can ill be reconciled. Worse, the latter serves only to cloud his sense of self. When next Estinian and I meet, I intend to confess all. Though it mean the loss of his good opinion, the outcome of the coming battle, and his very life, may well depend upon the readiness to relinquish his powers. Never allow yourself to forget the origin of your strength. Ever does a dragon lurk behind your eyes, binding its time, ready to claim you for its own. Art less than complete conviction, and you will find yourself in its vice-like clutches. So forewarned, let us return to our present endeavour. My promise to Estinian was that I would impart unto you the technique that will mark you as a true Azure Dragoon. If you would know the truth, however, this knowledge is not within my power to bestow. You must claim the technique much as you claimed the fourth piece of armour you bear, by proving yourself in battle with the dragon whose power you would unite with your own. I entrust you with the flute once more. Take it to the southwest of Providence Point, and blow a single note. By locking wills between adversary and prevailing, you can prove yourself worthy to champion the cause which your lance has sworn. The dragon within you shall then awaken. Is the helm I get? Okay. Nope, you don't get to see it. Boo! Ah, that's so sad. Wait a minute. This way. Can I just go that side? I could probably just jump off the wall, actually. I think this gear I've got is actually one of my glamour plates on my actual main. How did I go up there? Well, the augmented version anyway, because we're gonna died. I wanted something that would go nicely with the Mandervillian spear, so I just kind of dyed it grey. What happened there? Something popped up at the top there. Don't know what that was. Who in the ever-loving schmuck? Do I actually need to get in the long? I need to get in the long way. Fuck me. Friss him. Phew, it's warm. At least my attention span isn't getting grated away this time. The other day was ridiculous. literally feel myself not giving a fuck about anything I was doing because, like, my eyes were just not wanting to look at the screen anymore. Sheep. Wee. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ugh. There goes my stomach. Spine shatter again next. Nice. That's a good move. The difference between that and jump is that spine shatter leaves me at the enemy, so I can spine shatter in. And I basically save that for when I've got that up now. Well, at least until I get to level 68. Damn, is that how long it takes to get Mirage Dive? Shit. Hello. Good to see you safely returned. Take it Baron engagement went favourably. Left this place as a man, but you returned as a dragon. Actually, I'm a bunny, but whatever. Here, battle is yours and yours alone. You might recall me saying that the fifth and final piece of the dragon arm was not meant to give. However, it's not wholly true. Aye, I could guide you in the direction of what you seek. That said, I yet have reservations. The sheer power of the dragon housed within is such that a great many of Azure forebearers, myself among them, have proven hopelessly incapable of wielding it. I don't doubt what I see. Aye, within you is awakened a strength that forever eluded the likes of me. If you're not worthy of wearing an armour, then I know none who are. Remember my warning to you. I need it well. Needhog is a lord among his kind. At last, in complete conviction, you'll surely fall under his thrall. Before you can master your foe, you must needs master yourself. Hone your lance arm till you can bear no further honing, and then present yourself to me. When the time has come, I will tell you what you need to know. Look forward to our next meeting, my young dragoon. Spine shatter dive. Level 50. Level 50. Oh, and I get Dragonfire dive at that point. Very nice. Okay. Okay. Suppose I better go set about Garuda then. Apologies for burping. Had fish cakes for dinner. They were nice. Can't have them with it like beetroot and stuff though. Beetroot or coleslaw. One of the two. They're a little too mellow. I need like a kind of sharp taste to go with it. I haven't tried it with cheese though, now that I've said it. Maybe some nice strong cheese would go nice with it. You in here. It's the highest level you sell. Ugh, rubbish. Yes, I'm Professor... beg pardon. You wish to hear about my research in corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. About that... Sorry. rare to find a fellow intellectuals in this region. It's even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow. Unsociable. Rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wished not to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egad, man, please take necessary precautions so you do not suffer from exposure to its harmful energies. Begin to wonder if you have sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. Lucky for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystals you seek within this warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. That's a big word. Though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pot to Hahasako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of ether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest. He shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. It's alright, don't mind the chocobo in the room. Sir, you're in a very strange place to be crafting. Whatever. Is there a crafting tribe nearby? I think no. I think that's in a different zone. I know not the exile, the buggers that worship Ifrit. They have a beast tribe you can join, but I think they're battle focused, not crafting focused. Yeah, because the Exali ones are crafting, and the Gobbies are gathering, I think. I don't know, I've not done them in ages. I've not even got the willpower to finish off the rabbits. I'm like halfway through the final rep. How many times must I explain myself? Not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I've chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. Have a pot. What have we here? A containment vessel? And this is the handiwork of Professor You thieving knave. I should call for thee. Oh, you say the man himself lent it to you. Must have sought me out per his instruction, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. Nandy, give me your silver. Oh, level up. Oh, Frabjustake, locally, that I should be chosen to guide this man. Yes, I, Hakshako, greatest of Professor Lambert pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure some corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that naught but the perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths, amidst the flowing waters and the murderous Maronites lies the most fantastic formation I've found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher tool and use it to separate a small fragment of the large cluster, place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path that leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution, you shall surely survive. You say a lot of words, funny man. Here, that way then. Okay. Wait, am I supposed to get down or up? I don't know. I don't rightly know. I don't want to be a pie. Apparently I was at a vista and didn't even notice. Whatever. Right, we're going this way. Okay. Welcome back, good sir. You missed me doing some of my Dragoon bits. Freaky weirdo. In the way. Oh, okay. Nope. I don't want to deal with you. Fuck it. If I just dang it. Nope. Drat. Can I just drop? Isn't this where I do the Bahamut raid unlocking? Or is it another zone? No, it is this zone because that's part of the fucking Dalamud, isn't it? I don't remember. It's been too long. Oh wait, still have to do this. Okay. Pot. Yeah, because there's not going to be an easy way up it. Just got to run. Yeah, I found something weird about the Draken stuff beef. Obviously the fact that I'm a bunny means I'm technically not wearing a bloody helmet. That's great, but pardon me, sorry. The armor rating on it, like the actual defenses, are really low. Because although this item level like far exceeds what I was wearing, the armor rating was lower on all the bits, which was weird. So I don't know why that is. Doggy. That being said, I really do need some more jewels. Ah, that'll be it. That'll be it. Ach, Pulsnake Renegade Dinner. Ah, so it'll be the level 50 stuff I've got the augmented version of then, on the main. Not the one that I was dying. See, you've come galumphing back. Is that how you say that? Jesus Christ, alright. You have a crystal then? What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal. Professor Lambertient will be doubtless chortled with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with your harvesting. You gave me a hammer, bruh. The only downside is I'm not going to be able to wear it. Because I'm a bunny. I thought you'd at least be able to wear the visor part, but I guess not. I thought they would have at least tried to make the class helmets wearable for the bunnies. Though I kind of understand why an Guardian armor set wasn't really made with Vieira in mind. I mean, they were supposed to be somewhat of a foreign entity that's not often seen around on this side of the world anyway. Hello! My keen skull sense tells me you've attained the corrupted crystal. Have it! Grant me a moment to examine the crystal. It is as you desired, a corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected ether. Remind me, what purpose do you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier composed of wind-aspected ether? Oh dear, that may prove problematic, as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. Suppose I'm at fault for not inquiring your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would have never sent you to Hacker Shackle. But what is science if not trial and error? Can you truly say this is failure has taught you nothing? Think, man. You now understand the methods necessary to safely collect corrupted crystal. You have doubtless no difficulty doing so once more. What's more, crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for theoretical studies conducted by the students of Baldishan. You've heard of them? Well, don't mean to boast, but I have a professional relationship with the organisation, not as equals of course, nor be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Are you alright? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. Well, goody for me. I kinda want to be honest, Beef. I was going to get it on Jam, but like, the thought of having that just to get through would be quite fun. Because I could do all the grindy bits off stream. You can just help me out. We'll drag Badge along because he doesn't get a say in what he does. Hi, Badge. Nah. Normally that's the time when he joins in these kind of things. It'd be funny if he did though. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Sina, claims to have discovered a promising site in eastern Lanakosha. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lanakosha is where she was nearly killed by wandering too close to Imperial Castrum. Now that made for an amusing anecdote. In western Lanakosha, Pharos Sirius and the Isles of Umbra, to be precise. Can't recall her exact reasoning. Something to do with one of Dalamid's talons or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she's still in Ailport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if she knows inquiries bear fruit? You can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates. You might find your time there quite pleasurable. Oh, don't forget to take your makeshift warded pot, unless you think you're unprepared for the task. Oh, so warm. Oh, it really is just this time of year, isn't it? I don't like hot weather. I'm Scottish. I don't like the rainy weather either, but it's better than this. Corrupted crystals? Sir, I have no interest in being the butt of your jokes, so if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly leave me be. I have this lovely pot. Would that convince you otherwise? Well, I'll be damned. Professor Lambertient did send you. Beg your pardon. Seems we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Sina, greatest of the professional's pupils, which doubtless why he bid you seek me out. Indeed, I'm an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... Oh god, just listen to me prattle on and on. Must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. To the Professor, in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Pharos Sirius is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umbra is prohibited at present, for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. Rather puzzling, since I always take my time to explain my motivations in great detail to subjects of my questioning. Mayhap you'll Mayhap you'll have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I've given up at this point. Okay. Go. Speak. Can I go there? Okay. Supposed to be here, right? Saying you're up. Now I'm level. You outside? I might have to slap a bitch if you're outside. No, you're not. That's fine. So you're supposed to be in here, right? There you are there. What an awkward place to stone. Dillweed. You startle me. Don't you know better to sneak up on a person at a time like this? What with all this fatuous gossip of spirits and spectres hunting the Isle of Amber? Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make me any less frightening. Huh? Oh, god damn it. Ah, dag nabbit. Firkman. Can you travel in the Isle of Amber? Bloody hell, lad. You drunk or just crazy? Nothing there but death and death and more death. Death. Repair my jazz. Thank you. Do you have any lovely jewels that are above the level of what I'm wearing? No, you don't. You're rubbish. Go away. You always one down here, isn't there? Can't you have them in convenient places? That'd be too fun. Isle of Umber, what interest you have that godforsaken place. Ever since we were forced to abandon Ferris City, the isle has become not more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory for souls dragged down to the depths with them. Time for another dungeon. Genuinely thought I was going to do Garuda first, but I guess not. Go Woga! Right. Really? Infested with undead? That is very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts. Worry not, my friend. Given the finding some thought, and I've concluded this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all the travel to the Isle of Umber is restricted, well, mayhap it's considered too dangerous owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Sirius. Yes, well, anyway, while you were questioning those yellow jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar myself enjoys dulling her wits on occasion. I was there I heard tell of a man named... I did not realise you were here. For some reason I thought I was talking to a... Never mind. Isle of Umber. First I've heard of someone actually travelling to and from there, so I'm curious how you obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him instead? He was arrested after all, so I'm not reticent to... I'm guessing he got arrested for going to the Isle of Umber, but maybe that's just me. I should really come back here and go to my isle. I haven't been to my island in 2 content patches. It's not, but once I go to my isle, I get stuck there for ages, just do hundreds of stuff, and then I forget about it for months. You were not there a second ago, pal. I have to go back. She calls me, sings to me. Oh, Mimidua, I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. Could you release me? Yes, release me and I'll go to her. Let me go to her. No. Stop it. Get help. For pee-pee. What did Skiffrin have to say? That's not terribly helpful. I wouldn't care less about how much he misses his favourite bar wench. What was that about a man named Mimidoa? Wait, I know that name. That's the bastard who grabbed my arse the other day at the pub. Well, want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going anywhere near him in his wandering hands. I like that they say arse. It's just a good fun word. You there! Not... What? What? Not... Ninety-eight? Ninety-eight? Not ninety-eight, are you? I guess that's a name or something? I don't know. What are you? Speak up, son, I can't hear you. Oh, feather. Bugger me. Is that what I think it is? Nah, it couldn't be. You found this, you say? Where did you say you found it? Skiffrin, you say? I was hoping to have a word with the lad, but it sounds like he's not left twixt his ears. He was supposed to help patch up Pharos Cities, he was. The company sent me to supervise the lot of them. Weren't getting work done on their own, see? Half of them walked off, half of them ran off, half of them up and vanished. What's that? You're looking for passage to the Isle of Umbra? Why didn't you say so? Been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on behalf of Mimidoa. Tell him how the land lies. Ain't nobody been interested till you came a-calling. All ports up in arms about spirits and so forth. If I had a gill, I'd hire some self-swords and let him sort it out. But you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper, and he'll see you right. Okay. I hate speaking to the pirates sometimes. My mind just can't make those words. Still not entirely sure what he called me. It better not be an insult. You went into the word with Mimidoa. Hope the valuable time saw fit to waste amounted to something. Yes, it was. Disgusting creature was Skiffrin's superior. Find it hard to believe. This rift of passage does appear genuine, so it must be true. I must say that's a relief to work with such industrious man as you. Look forward to hearing of the discoveries you will make on Isle of Umbra without me. Fine, fine. I fail to see the justification for dragging me along your journey, but if you insist, I will go as well. But 12 my witness, if you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you. Worse things have happened. Technically, worse things have happened to poor wee Dermot since I started the stream. You there. Take me to the Isle of Umbra, hey buds, if it's as simple as... Oh, you got a rite of passage. Alright, climb on then. Dick. This doesn't seem all that bad. This is very familiar. Not saying I'd like to build a home here, but hell's with this. Here, take your plot and go on without me. You've harvested corrupted crystals before, right? Isn't as though you require my assistance. Speak to the man guarding the gate. I'm sure he'll let you in. Now, if you please excuse me. I keep seeing something blip up there. What is this? Am I getting an alert or something? Bonk. What? What is this? Name, description. 7, 2. Okay. What did it do? Sure, that'll do. Jesus Christ, I don't know, I'm just going to stop touching things. Beg your pardon, how'd you come here? Cross the island's currently restricted. I have this pot. An old pot? Not sure I follow. Oh, I see, you wish to harvest corrupted crystals. Sorry, friend. You may have to return empty-handed. Rev Master Mimidoa may grant you access to the island. Only authorized personnel may proceed past this point. Why ask? Look up and see for yourself. Giant mass of crystal stuck in the lighthouse. Caused severe damage to both the structure and the machinery that once powered the beacon. Contrary to the small folk would have you believe, the fires of Pharos Cities were not the product of mage's thaumaturgy or colossal arcane bomb, but are an elaborate contraption fueled by ethereal energy. Repairs are still ongoing, but it's anyone's guess when they'll be complete. What's worse, All work has ceased since rumours of the Walking Dead drove off the entire crew. Not that those rumours are incorrect. I've observed fiends from a distance. At the ship graveyard to the south, what's drawn them to our shores is still a mystery, though. Make you a deal, Dermot. Help me unravel this mystery, and I'll bring you your corrupted crystal. In fact, I should begin searching for the one that satisfies your requirement. As for where you begin your inquiries into the situation, so it happens that party of 3 adventurers came ashore not long ago, seeking to scavenge valuable trinkets at the ship's graveyard. I'd be surprised if they knew nothing of the undead infestation. It might behoove you to question them. Hello. Here for the taking. 5 bleeding years worth of wrecks and cargo. Those queer dead things. And that voice. Actually, that voice was quite nice. Nah. Some too right. Dead people. Just shambling about without a care in the world. Except they do seem to care, that is. They start shuffling towards the water. That voice, that single fleeting verse, I can still hear it. Stay clear of the southern shore, friend. Took every ounce of my strength to resist. Okay. Talk of an alluring voice is disturbing familiar as if, but that's impossible. They're all dead, aren't they? Get to it, bud. Oh, siren! I forgot all about this. But if they have returned out to me, oh, beg your pardon, I was just thinking about something, which reminds me, I've received word that Master Mimido would be arriving at any moment. Apparently grew tired of waiting for the lanky young lad with the 1,000-yalm stare to return, which I'm assuming is you. Yeah, sounds about right. I don't know what sort of arrangement you had. Probably go explain yourself. Warrior Light confirmed 0 brain cells. What's been keeping you initiate? I think that's what it's supposed to be, initiate. You just say initiate, you fart. Tiny little fart-faced farty McFart McGee. Some honey-voiced harlot's been calling to folk to wander near a ship graveyard and stirred up the dead and all. Bloody hells. Takes me back to my days as a cannon boy sailing under old Mistbeard. They wouldn't dare, would they? Not after the lesson we learned them last time. Bah, they bloody would though, wouldn't they? Blazing old biddies. Some folks said as the first purge would be the last, but I knew deep down in my bones the day would come. And come it has, I'd bet my bum ear a siren's behind all this. Nay, not one of the sanguine variety. I speak of the other kind. Them what's got feathers and lure sailors to water a grave with their sweet, sweet song. Oh, but it don't end there. No, drowning should start. See, even in death, man stays bound to the beast, forced to do her bidding, till his corpse can't do it no more. 'Tis a fate I wouldn't wish my worst enemy, except maybe in drink. Then I'd regret it after. Any road. You're a wee shit. 'Tis up to us to stop this hell's-born hussy afore she takes another soul. Of course, can't send you marching off to war without these. Siren don't have no power over a man, can't hear her song. 'Tis lucky for you I carry a spare pair, and lucky for both of us I'm a superstitious old sod. Well, she ain't coming back to us. Best head over to her. The ship graveyard, initiate. I don't know why I was just able to read that the second time. I forgot all about ferroceration and all that. 90s. Bananas. She passes near the shore. You're sure to spy the campfire and come looking. Just a matter of waiting now. Yeah, there. Creak my back. Oh. Begin to wonder if some sly bugger ain't spun us a yarn here. What? Thought we had earplugs in. Night time. Daytime. Over the water. She's come. She's come. She's cool as fuck, isn't she? Quick, lad. Shove your plugs in your ears and get ready for a fight. As soon as you realise you're deaf to her ditties, she'll call on her thralls. We'll be up to her necks in corpses before you know it. Do they come in rabbit size? Never gonna get me. True love spurned as cruelty's reward. Okay. Cheese grommet. Why? I don't know, I think I've got enough, like, evil beings in my soul at this point. Apparently I'm harbouring majority of a dragon. Here's Beej, I need boosts. When is Beej actually? Might be working at 10. You know, it's like if he's on at 10, he's not coming on. Your song's a bit shite. Stop that! There we go. I got burned. Yeah, it did. Duty complete. Yep, there you're there. She's still there? No. No. Am I alright? Better than that initiate. Happy as a sailor in a whorehouse I am. Of course I'd be happy as a sailor with two whatsits if we had gutted the songstress. But you can't have everything, can you? You should not come croning around here again though. Crooning. Not for a while any road. If she does, well, we know what to do, don't we? Thanks for the help. Bugger me. Clean forgotten your name. Remind me, Dermot. Remind me. Dermot? Don't recall having no initiate by that name. But if you're not my old mate, or what's her name? Why have you been so helpful? Never mind. We seen you, lad. I'm so confused. I hate speaking pirate in this game. It's not dyslexic friendly. I can barely read normal words, never mind trimmed down words. Daffyd? You mean it was a siren? How you able to resist her song? I see. You'd heard that Master Mimidoa was involved with the first purge. Never actually. Having survived an ordeal like that, you can't blame him from carrying earplugs around with him. That's what's coming up right. I keep seeing wee things popping up on my side. It's just telling me people that I'm subbed to are going live. Corrupted crystal you wanted? Safely sealed within the pod. Just as you requested. Please, take it with my compliments. Okay, now where do I unlock Pharaoh Sirius' dungeon? I don't remember. Take it that'll be a level 51 then. Yes. Teleport, please. Watch you, welcome back, dammit. You're looking remarkably hale, I must say. And more importantly, alive. You are alive, aren't you? Conquering Hero returns bearing a gift. Might I have a closer look? Impressive. Very impressive indeed, yes. I think you'll be quite pleased with this specimen. Congratulations. Seldom have ever encountered a corrupted crystal composed of such volatile overabundance of fire-aspected ether. What? You wanted a corrupted crystal... You wanted a corrupted crystal composed of ice-aspected ether to counteract the effects of a raging wind? Ah, well, this specimen won't help you there. Anyone who knows anything about the elements can tell you that. You just have to keep looking, I suppose. I'm going to murder this guy's students. Don't fret now, I know exactly where to find a corrupted crystal comprised of ice-aspected ether. An associate of mine in Gridania has been studying the effects of one such crystal on living beings. What's that expression? Thought you'd be pleased to hear the news. Not another wild dodo chase, I assure you. What's even better, that this time you didn't use that warding pot of yours to protect yourself from the crystal energies. Hayden's findings suggest that it's quite safe. Why, you ask? Well, let's just say it's undergone a unique process that has rendered such precautions unnecessary. Anyway, don't let me keep you. It's been a pleasure, Dermot. Come back and see me sometime, alright? No. Yeah. Hello. Greetings and salutation. Mr. Dina, I presume. Seen to inform you of your adventures in Airport. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Though as Professor Loboblet is fond of saying, no action taken in the name of science is ever truly wasteful. To the matter at hand, corrupted crystals possessing of the properties you seek be found in abundance at the standing courses following the calamity. Alas, it's no longer the case. And while there is at least one suitable crystal that remains to be found within the Twelswood, precisely where it is at any given moment is difficult to say. Permit me to explain. You're familiar with Spriggans, yes? Furry little rascals that are wont to seek out ores and other stones? Well, one such creature with an infamously insatiable appetite has single-handedly devoured every corrupted crystal in Twelswood. Fortunately for you, these crystals take an eternity to digest, assuming that even can be digested, and I'm reasonably confident that one still resides within his gut. It's quite fascinating, really. My theory is that his giggity first consumed a corrupted crystal when... You don't care less about this, could you? No. To the point then, Giggity seldom makes his presence felt, unless it's particularly fine fodder to be had. Therefore, we shall require a lure. And I have precisely the sort you will find impossible to resist. Simply place this true heart, I shall save the story of the origin of its unusual name to another occasion, outside the Spriggan's lair, and wait for the opportune moment to bounce. So the method by which you retrieve the crystal from his gut, I shall leave that to your discretion. Well, I do have a pokey pointy stick. Oh my days. This way. Ah, this is when I go up the log. I knew this. I was just testing. Probably need to key up the goose soon anyway, because I held the feather unit going to bed, so. I can at least get to the next bit. I can start the next one with the trial. Hello, Biggin. Shit, I pressed the wrong button. Nope, come out. Got it. Okay. Pray don't sneak up on that type of roasting. Wait, what's that? What's that god-awful smell? My word, that is a breathtakingly beautiful crystal. I see my supposition was not mistaken. And I also see you weren't averse to digging through Spriggan entrails for your prize. We owe our furry friend a debt of gratitude, you know. The thick coating of digestive juices is protecting us from the harmful effects of the crystal, just as the warded pot you once used did. Why so glum, friend? Finally obtained to corrupt the crystal you sought. One overflowing with earth aspected ether. Calm down, I jest. Composed of ice aspected ether, worry not. Suppose that joke was in poor taste, considering your previous 2 attempts weren't for naught. Beg your pardon. Forgot to return your crystal. Oh. And there was a message to you from Professor Luddle. Something about a man named Marks. Apparently the professor misses intellectual stimulation. Forgive me, I should have written it down. It occurs to me that I have yet to ask why you needed that crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, are you? It would reflect poorly on me and my research if it was used for evil ends. Perhaps at best I remain ignorant. Don't become a professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information. So they're all the professor's greatest student then. Very squarish landing kinda. I think. Right, you two. Less your pish. All repairs and modifications have been complete. Did you bring that crystal? Nothing will stand between us and Garuda. Need to run some tests to be sure. Looks exactly like what we need. Don't worry, so your hard work doesn't go to waste. Enterprise is already more than a common airship. Mark my words, it soon becomes something greater, something extraordinary. This is me. This is what I was born to do. Feel as though I've come home and I can think of no other way to express it. According to my test, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystals, meaning we can leave whenever you're ready. But you must understand, tests can only tell one so much. Until we approach the hurling eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, can't be sure if this will work. I think it's only fair to tell you that there's a small, but statistically significant chance that crystal could trigger a massive... Maybe it's better to remain positive. Damn it, I want to thank you for reuniting me with my ship, for trusting me to develop this plan, for everything. You've helped me to rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I'm not the man I once was, and I do not know if I ever shall be, but I do know one thing, this feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. Would have waited until after the mission, but well, you understand.
There. She's ready.
Ah, she stirs. To Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda. Enterprise, engage.
Damn it. Oh, I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you.
I just fall off the ship.
Just how long have I worn these damn goggles?
Hammer time.
Ah, yes, I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days. The young prodigy, admired by all, exactly like his father. Born and raised in Garlemald. It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same? Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye?
Probably about the time he tried to drop a moon on folk. No?
When did Meteor become your everything and your loved ones cease to matter? You abandoned us all, but he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not. Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man, with an all-consuming obsession.
Gaius was a good villain.
And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks. Yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles. Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose. I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home. I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. That light. It was you, wasn't it?
Hell if I know.
It's surprising how few people know this, but all pure-blood Garleans have a third eye. Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess.
I've forgotten. Do they ever explain what the
Enterprise was
third
made
eye is all
for
about?
this, to carry
I just know that because
Eorzea's
they have that, they can't use
protectors
well,
into
channel
battle.
ether.
I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden. I remember everything. My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come, it would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
Oh, that's cool. All our efforts, all our travels, all of it was for this. Make ready, damn it, for the end is nigh, be it hers or your own. Yeah, buddy. Yep. Next time then I'm going to start straight off with How Would I. Because the last video that I did, well, last stream I downloaded was like 9 gig, and this is half an hour longer than that, so yay! I'm going to chuck it here, get this downloaded, and I'll maybe stream the mod I folk it about. So cheers for watching. Bye everybody.